What's going on out there, everybody? I hope that y'all are thankful today. I am thankful for my grandmother's health. I am thankful for y'all tuning in and watching and rocking with me. I'm thankful for the people out there who shed light upon me that didn't have to do that, particularly Matt McKenzie. That shout out to him. Shout out to my grandmother right now. I'm thankful for my father always being there for me to get some advice when I need it. I'm thankful for my mother-in-law. She's always there for me to get some advice. And my father's wife. She's awesome, awesome. Thankful for my aunts. I'm thankful for my children's health. I'm thankful for my little cousin's health. I'm thankful for my family's health. Everybody in my family that's healthy and going. I'm thankful for all of y'all. I'm thankful for all my children, the way y'all love me, love y'all back. I'm thankful for all the viewers right now and y'all families, and hope that y'all have a wonderful and Thanksgiving and Sabbath, whatever you celebrate. I hope that it is heartwarming and you spend it with people that you love. Thank you for watching me in advance, and we're gonna get up into the show. I got some things to talk about today, and let's start it off. All right, let's get it going. Welcome to the Fans Point of View podcast with your host, the most unknown podcaster there is up out there. Your host, Truckin Chubbzy, aka Clarence Hampton III. Clarence Hampton III, aka Truckin Chubbzy. Like and subscribe for the rap. Yeah. So, just real quick, some things that I wanted to bring up before I got into it. A little bit of WNBA basketball. Those that don't know about the WNBA, there is a hard salary cap, which is holding the league back. Is why we're coming into an era where we're going to be able to see Caitlin Clark as a pro, and Angel Reese as a pro. Flau'jae Johnson's going to be a pro. Betts is going to be a pro. Lauren Betts. We're going to be seeing a lot of these young women. Malaysia. We're going to be seeing a lot of fully. You know what I mean? We're going to be seeing a lot of these awesome young women become women and be able to watch them in basketball. Now, women's college basketball is exciting, right? It gets a lot of views, a lot of people in attendance. The most game that was ever viewed was last year's Iowa versus LSU. I don't see why that can't transfer over into the WNBA. You know what I'm saying? I believe that the Women's National Basketball Association is growing. I believe it is. What's holding them back is the salary cap. Can y'all believe that they have a 1.3 million hard salary cap per team? They just moved it up to where players can make almost 220K per year. That is not enough. That's why they have to go overseas and take their talent over there to make more money in order to, live the lifestyle that they deserve. They've been working just as hard as the men athletes. And look, I get it. Some people say, it's layups and this and that. No, it's poetic. Basketball is poetry. The way that it moves and the passing and you know what I mean? It's just more, it shows more with the women. You know what I'm saying? To be honest, the more poetic side of basketball shows more with the women. The more excitement shows with the men. And this is just a fact. And I ain't dissing, you know what I'm saying? Brittany Griner could dunk. I wish there was more women that could dunk. They should let them dunk. Absolutely. I believe so. Anyhow, they don't really need to because it's exciting, fast, whatever. I like it. You know what I mean? Support it. Now, I believe the NIL can help this. If a semi-professional college athlete can make money off the NIL, why can't a pro player make money off their NIL, right? Why isn't there more companies giving sponsorships to WNBA players? Like how soccer players, they have all different kind of patches on their jerseys from their sponsors. You know what I'm saying? Why isn't that LeBron can help out, 10 to 15 WNBA players, give them the LeBron patch on their jersey? You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, the team has a hard cap, but whatever they make outside of that should be them. You know what I mean? Because they are an entity. They are a business. You know what I'm saying? Their bodies are. You know what I mean? So why can't they make that? And that's just something that I wanted to bring up. I'll do a whole little, 10, 15 minute video up on that later to get in further detail and bring up some of the numbers on that, so I can show y'all some of the numbers and how the business side of it is affecting the WNBA from growing and why these women can't make enough money. It's very important to support them because that's one of our aunts, that's one of our mothers, that's one of our cousins, that's, you know what I mean? They are us, and we need to support them and keep them home so they don't have to go overseas and deal with whatever's over there. You know what I'm saying? All right. So let's keep, Also, I wanted to talk about a little bit about injuries and football and the way that injuries affect, players, period. And I'm talking about all athletes. Now, I've written something. I'm gonna read it, and then I'll talk a little bit afterwards. But I've written this. So, and I'm speaking. This is what I wrote. Clarence Hampton III. You know what I'm saying? Truckin Chubbzy. This is what I have written. Okay. Now, football injuries happen often during games, sometimes in practice, where there is no way to ensure a player won't be hurt during a contest or a perfect way to tackle. There's no perfect way to tackle. This is just another sign that athletes need guaranteed contracts. Why do I say this? Well, an athlete knows exactly what they are signing up for. However, so doesn't a boxer. A boxer is almost guaranteed to have a concussion at the end of a bout against their opponent. However, they receive a full guaranteed contract that you can compare to at least 5 players from a pro team that plays football. The billions that football games generate annually is staggering. Yet, everything is about the bottom line. Is it cheaper to remove a tackle from the game than to give 100% guaranteed contracts? Why is it that fans lose money to watch modern day gladiators? And the players who risk it all for our entertainment don't receive enough. The owners become richer and richer. Perhaps they laugh it off over cigars and whiskey or wine. Flag football is cool, but I believe I can speak for all of us when I say we ain't paying $50 to $100 to watch it. You know what I mean? So what did I mean by all of that? I could have went into more detail with writing, but I'm not a writer. You know what I'm saying? But listen, so what I meant by all of that is that boxers get paid, right? They know going into a bout that they're going to have a very high percent chance of getting a concussion. They're going to take blows to the head, constantly hard blows to the head, right? So doesn't all athletes know the risk. Hockey players know the risk of what's going on. Everybody knows. Soccer players, believe me, they can get shins broken with kicks. Lacrosse players getting hit with sticks. You got football players, basketball players coming down on their knees after they dunk, they're running hard. Football players constantly taking hits all the time. But why is it that people rather go crazy about taking a tackle out of the game rather than just give these players 100% guaranteed contracts? However, at the collegiate level and some semi-professional collegiate level sports in America, there is no way, because now the school controls all of the money. So a college athlete is at higher risk for this, but they already have the NIL in. I'm not reading anymore, but they already have the NIL in place for semi-professional college athletes, right? So what needs to be done, like I said before, in this matter is they just need to bring in lawyers, a financial team, because agents, and sign contracts for your players. That will make the portal exactly what the transfer portal is free agency. It would be semi-professional college free agency. It's already begun. We cannot turn around and treat it like it's something else. No, it's not. We have given young men and young women the chance to provide for themselves and college and their families by introducing the NIL. However, now it is time for colleges all across America to get together and to say, okay, this is just what it is. They are semi-professional college athletes. They always have been. But now we have brought the NIL in. Now we need to be able to sign contracts in college. Absolutely. And there's a plus side for colleges bringing contracts to these athletes, because now you don't have to worry about the transfer portal, aka free agency. You don't have to worry about that, because now you have your player locked in for X amount of years at your school. Okay. Also, it protects the player, because now if the player is hurt, they still can be able to provide, or move on into another, a lane of life. Because sometimes people lose their scholarships because they're hurt, because they can no longer perform in that sport, right? So now it protects the athlete in a financial way, because they, now they're able to take care of themselves or pay for their school, their tuition, their books, or whatever after they got hurt. God forbid it be a career-ending injury. Now they have the money to move over into another lane to be able to sustain themselves and their family. And also, like I said, with the colleges, it's a win-win there. Now I know there's always negative things to look at, and there's things that are minus, that aren't good to bring up. But isn't that everything in life? And now we need these athletes. We need the schools to protect themselves with contracts, and we need to protect it with the athletes in semi-professional sports. Now, when it comes to professional sports, I've always said that every athlete needs to be under a contract, 100% guaranteed contract. That means if you're giving 100% guaranteed contract, that absolutely means that you do not have to break the bank with a deal. Why do I say this? And I'm almost sure, I'm not 100% positive on this, but I'll ask whatever professional athlete that is willing to come up on a Truckin Chubbzy show, or that just wants to give out this information. They would take less money if it is 100% guaranteed contract. We've seen it done multiple times. However, we've seen some players that just didn't deserve 100% guaranteed contract, but you don't have to break the bank on that. You just don't. But you need to be able to give them that. Football makes billions of dollars off of the fans, off of us, the fans. They do. They make billions and billions of dollars, and they want to take away what we love about the game. Like, I hate to say this, but we love the barbaric gladiator-ish style of football. We love watching that. We do. We love watching the hard hits. We love watching that. And guess what? Bless the individuals and bless their hearts and their families who love to go out there and give us that entertainment and put their bodies on the line for our entertainment. However, they do need fully guaranteed contracts. We are paying. We pay a lot. You know what I mean? We pay a lot that goes into things. The TV deals. Y'all making billions of dollars annually, and you mean to tell me that you can't give these players fully guaranteed contracts? It's BS, and I think it's just cheaper in the way they look at it, while they're smoking a cigar or drinking a whiskey or wine. Yeah, we're just gonna take that taco out. It's cheaper to do that. Like, for all of that, we might as well just be watching flag football. You might as well just put flags on them and let them play flag football. But guess what? You're not going to be charging anybody $50 to $150 for no flag football. It just ain't happening. It's not happening. I'm sorry to tell y'all that. It ain't happening. Ain't nobody paying that. There's flag football leagues all over America where we play in. We call it, we got them on Sundays. Some people play them on Saturdays, but it's all in every city. There's a men's flag football league. We can go and watch them. You know what I'm saying? Rather, I don't care about because there's a lot of them that can hang with a lot of professional athletes if you want to put flags on them. No, they're good at what they do. We love watching the gladiatorness, barbaric sport of football. We love that. But pay the players what they are worth. We love the barbaric nature of our tough sports. Hockey, we love that. We love when people get checked. We love watching them fight. They love watching them go hard on there. They love doing that. And bless them for letting us watch that. Football, we love that. If we wanted to do something else, we would get that. Let's just take care of the problem. It's just that simple. Stop being cheap and wanting to putting so many rules around the players. You know what I'm saying? And it's just not gonna work out. And what we need to do as fans, if they want to keep taking this out of there, we need to stop supporting it as much. Stop buying the gear. Stop buying things. If they want to go down this route, we need to stand up, and we need to go back, and we honestly need to stand up, organize together, and say, look, y'all take this away, we ain't paying. We not paying. We not watching. All that goes away without us. So y'all want to take things away, you know what I'm saying, that they love to do for our entertainment, that we love to watch, is why we pay for the gear, the entertainment, just because it's cheaper to do that than give 100% guaranteed contract to these players who put their lives and their bodies at risk for not just our entertainment, but for your bottom line. That's all I meant by that, y'all. I know I dragged that out a little bit, but I always bring up my topics on Saturdays at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time when I go in. So that's all I have to say about that. Thank y'all for listening on that. Now we're going to get straight up into these football games, okay? All right. Look. Awesome. So we got the Kentucky Wildcats at the Louisville Cardinals. This game is going down. It's a rivalry game. I know it's not super ideal and everything that everybody wants to watch, right? It's not. But with Kentucky's record sitting at 6-5, being in the SEC, Louisville being at 10-1, being ranked in the country. Let's go. Number 9 right now, and they sitting at 10-1 in the ACC, and the ACC ain't no joke. It's going down, right? It's a good game. It's a very good game. Now, conference play, you see, University of Kentucky, they're at 3-5 in their conference. Louisville's at 7-1 in their conference. But this backyard brawl right here is these teams are evenly matched when you look at it. Well, not evenly. I mean, when it comes to yards and everything, but eye test wise, they are. Okay, Kentucky's been playing tough ball. They play some very tough teams in the SEC. For them to have a 6-5 record, you got to give them a round of applause for that. Okay. All right. Louisville's been going at it. And I tell you what, man, if you want to break a lot of this down, like when the plays, okay, so total plays a game, Kentucky's probably getting about 55 in. Louisville's getting about 65 of them things in per game, you know what I'm saying? And when they're passing the ball, they're probably getting 30 yards per pass, 30. Yeah, so they're getting 30 in that. So I mean, it's really not bad, man. Really not that bad. Passing offenses, they're almost identical when it comes to passing the ball. So running the ball, obviously Louisville can run the ball a lot better than Kentucky is, statistically speaking. Passing the ball, that's what I meant by that. You know what I mean? They've thrown about 30 passes a game, and they're really getting it. They're doing pretty well with that. Kentucky is, but Louisville is up on Kentucky a lot with that. They're completing a lot more. Now, their defenses that's where the statistics change at as far as the defense goes. Okay, so now Louisville's pass defense, we all know, is better. Okay, slightly better. You know what I mean? Slightly better. Statistically, they're a lot better. But you know what I mean? Like I hear on the fans' point of view, we like to look at things like not all the time statistics come in, but I like to always give the numbers for aka the football nerds. Whoever likes to hear the numbers, I like to give those out. But this rivalry game is going down in Louisville, and I'll tell you what, man. Listen, they are going to have a hell of a battle on their hands in this game. I'm telling you, man. The numbers just look so damn good for Louisville, man. They honestly do. But Louisville led up the one game to Pitt, and that hurt them tremendously. And I tell you what, Kentucky can do the same thing as Pitt done to Louisville. They have a chance to pull this off and to ruin it. Right now, we would be sitting in what you call the college football playoffs. Now the tournament begins. The tournament will be getting about now, okay, if they was to expand it. And I believe they should expand it more than just 12 teams, because right now it's playoff mode for college football. This is a playoff game, aka extra bowl game, for the University of Kentucky. They can run the ball. They can play defense. That defensive line is no joke over there in Kentucky. Louisville has their hands full. Everything that they can do best, Kentucky can stop. Therefore, I put this on upset alert early on Truckin Chubbzy fans' point of view, in saying that Kentucky can absolutely get Louisville. Watch out, we got a good game coming up, because we know this is rivalry week, but this is a good game to keep your eyes on. All right, I wouldn't be sleeping on Kentucky. I'm just saying, y'all know how I do when I do the midweek college football. I always just tell y'all the upset alert. You know, I don't really pick on them, but y'all know what it is. All right, next game up. Yo, Oregon's offense is just so high powered, man. Oh my goodness. Bucky Irvin is a fucking no joke. Bucky Irvin runs that ball like no other. Do you understand me? Oregon's only loss came from the number 4 ranked team in the whole entire NCAA. Y'all all know Washington. Well-deserved of that spot. Well-deserved spot. Now, Oregon State has gotten some battles, and they've lost some games that you would have questioning. You know what I'm saying? Sitting at 8-3, Oregon State. You know what I mean? Overall, 5-3 in the Pac-12. It's a rivalry game. It's in Oregon. It's going to be loud. The crowd is definitely going to have effect on it. These teams just don't like each other. This is the Battle of Oregon. I believe they call it something else, but you know what I mean? This is bragging rights for Oregon. You know what I mean? This is who going to run the state for this year. Who owns it? Is it going to be the black and orange? Or is it going to be the green and gold? You know what I'm saying? This is it right now. If you in Oregon, you understand what I'm talking about. You understand how deep this game is. You understand what it is, and you understand both of these teams are super tough when it comes to playing football. These are two tough Pac-12 powerhouses. Oregon, you got Ungalele at quarterback for him, and I'm telling you, man, he's definitely been just a little bit on the inconsistent side, but he has been progressing this year, believe it or not. You understand what I'm saying? But Bo Nix on the other side, I'm telling you, man, Bo Nix, he's coming back again. They said he's an old head. That's what they like to call Bo Nix. But guess what? Bo Nix just know what Bo Nix can do. He looks so good and comfortable back there. He knows how to run that offense so well, you know, and they get loose. In this game, I hope that it doesn't be a blowout. But if you let Oregon get away from you, that crowd in Oregon is just brutal. It's a brutal crowd in Oregon. Believe that. Anybody that goes to Oregon in the Pac-12, they would tell you that Oregon is a tough place to play. It is. And that team is so good and well-rounded. You look at the Beavers and you say, they're just one of them teams that like play to their opponents. And you can't play with the Oregon Ducks, Beavers, but they will be ready for this game. I believe that the Oregon State Beavers will come out this game ready to swing, ready to battle, and ready to fight. You know what I'm saying? They got to. They just, I believe so. Because like I said, they're always playing to their opponents, and they're not supposed to do that. But you see that a lot in college football. I've noticed that a lot. You know, teams that, you know, you think that are so good because, you know, they put it on Arizona. You know, they did. That was a tough game. Oh, Utah. That Utah and Oregon State game earlier this year, that was a hard-nosed football game. It was a tough-fought battle from two tough teams, and you like, man, and the way you seen Oregon State play that game and win that game, you would think like, man, I don't think that a lot of people can hang with Oregon State, but then they just took some tough losses, and you're like, wow, what's going on in Oregon State right now? I just seen them just, play Utah, bang, bang, so tough, them hard-hitting football games that we all love, and then, they go to play Colorado, and then you're like, wow, so now you're thinking Colorado, like, well, of course, if y'all can play Oregon State tough, Oregon State's a tough football team, man. I'm telling you they are. But listen to me. It's going to come down to, and I know it's like that sometimes, but Oregon State is going to have to bottle up the back. Them backs on them teams are both good backs. They're both good backs. And I'm telling you what, Bucky Irvin, y'all got to bottle up Bucky Irvin. If y'all do not bottle up Bucky Irvin, y'all are going to be in for a very long day. Oregon State. Now, I know putting the game in Bo Nix's hands ain't gonna be no better for y'all. I'm just being honest. It ain't. It's not gonna be any better trying to put the game in Bo Nix's hands and saying, okay, we gonna put the game in Bo Nix's hands and he's gonna, win. But look, Bucky Irvin is just complimentary. Him and Bo Nix are just so complimentary together. They just go together so good, so well. You know what I mean? And Oregon is a little bit of inconsistencies there, and that therefore, I mean, I gotta give Oregon State the edge, and Oregon is the edge in this because they're at home. They play more consistent. They're a powerhouse in the Pac-12. They just lost a heartbreaker versus Washington. That game could have went either way. You know what I mean? And Oregon State just got to come on, be consistent. If they can play consistent football, and Uiagalelei can limit his turnovers on, and play a well game, they can go in there and sneak one away. But listen, gotta be on your A game with Oregon and Bo Nix, Bucky Irvin, and that offense and those receivers that are NFL ready. Just letting y'all know that right now. All right, can we move on? Let's move on. LSU. Texas A&M. What's going on? Why would you throw up the order? This game right here. Why would you put that up there? Texas A&M ain't got nothing for LSU, huh? Is that what y'all thinking? Is that what y'all are thinking out there? Are you honestly sitting there thinking that Texas A&M is just going to go over to LSU and let LSU just roll all over them? Do you honestly think that is going to happen? I do not think so. I do not think that that's just going to happen this game. Absolutely not. Not 100%. They are going to go in there and they are going to play. Like I just told y'all a segment ago. This is college football playoff time. It is. It is. For teams such as Texas A&M and LSU, they're almost very evenly teams besides just a high power play of Jalen Daniels. He is going off. The Heisman candidate quarterback, they sitting at 14, 8-3 overall. Texas A&M is only 7-4. They're not too far behind them. They're just not. They ball out. The game is just so terrific. The way that I'm telling you, the way that Jalen Daniels play, he's just so terrific. So it's almost simple, almost, for Texas A&M to play. That defensive line has been totally inconsistent to me. They have not played consistent ball. Therefore, there is your 4 losses because that defense just has not been up to par. With the departure of Jimbo Fisher on that offense, I just don't know if the offense did play well without Jimbo one game. That was one game. Now, can they keep that up? Can they keep up that and keep it moving, without Jimbo there? Because that defense just always has. That is the reason why Texas A&M lost 4 games. It's their D. We are like, I'm just calling a spade a spade. It's the same way for both teams. Both teams, they got, Texas A&M moves the ball, more methodically. They did come out high power in their last game with their offense, putting up all the points that they did. But LSU also has a high power offense, the best offense in the NCAA this year. You know what I'm saying? But their defenses is why these two teams lost the game. Their defenses are inconsistent. You do not know what you're going to get week to week out of these two defenses. And this is why I got this up here on an upset alert, because you just don't know what's going to happen. LSU being at home, yes, that gives them the edge, but these are two SEC teams. Texas A&M does have the squad to take and dismantle LSU. They do. They have the team to go ahead and bottle up their linebacker play at Texas A&M. I think absolutely they can leave a spy on Daniels, and I believe that they can bottle him up. This is just me from a fan's point of view on this podcast, okay? But they have both been inconsistent. So neither defense here is for sure fire and say you're going to lock it down. But we know, in Texas A&M offense have sputtered, you know what I mean? They're getting along, but last week they came out firing. Boom, boom, boom. They came out firing. If we can get that same offense and their defense play consistent, absolutely they'll be able to dismantle LSU. So but it's a big game, but this is midweek college football. I put this up here for none other than my cousin Davey, DB Cooper. Shout out to you for watching. LSU. Is your defense going to be consistent? Y'all come out with the win. If your defense ain't going to show up to play versus Texas A&M, better watch out, because y'all be dismantled this week. I'm just saying. All right. The game of the week. This game is so important. So many people speak on this game. So many people are going to watch this game. I know I will be watching this game. So many people. My little brothers, Michigan Wolverines, are undefeated, and they are a very tough football team. Okay, when it comes to this Big Ten football plan, it comes down to these defenses right here. This is a defensive game. Now, I know it sounds very, very simple in the way that I'm about to break this down, in the way that I'm about to talk about this. But when you look at both of these teams, now I can go statistically for my football nerds, and I will get into that for y'all, okay? But we already know that Michigan plays better defense than Ohio State. We know this. Their defense has been consistent. It just has been. However, when you get to looking at the way that they both played Penn State, that is a little giveaway. But look. I'm just saying that you cannot sit there and grade this game off of the way that they both played Penn State, because you'll be in trouble if you do so. You know what I'm saying? You will be in trouble. All right. Now, we do know this. JJ McCarthy can be inconsistent. Therefore, Ohio State's best chance of winning this game, to me on the Fans Point of View podcast, is to put the game in JJ McCarthy's hands. Get to the quarterback, Ohio State. Like how y'all know y'all have to take Blake Corum out of the game. Make JJ McCarthy beat you, period. And I know, I know a lot of the pro analysts and coaches and pros, X's and O's, people already said that this, but I'm telling you, if you paid attention to these teams, then you would really know that is the key of beating Michigan. You have to put the game in his hands. That's it. Blake Corum having another 150-yard game. He's 20-something touches a game. If you can keep him under 100 yards, you got to keep him under 100 yards. I keep him under 80. Keep him under 80 yards. And I believe Ohio State walk away with this win. Their cornerbacks is cornerbacks. The safety is the safety. I'm telling you, Proctor is one of the best safeties in college football right now. I believe that's how you pronounce his name. Y'all are built for this game because y'all got y'all have some of the best receivers. I mean, Marvin Harrison Jr. just goes off and off and off. And I'm telling you, the cornerbacks practice against them. Therefore, y'all ready for the pass. Michigan does not pass well that game. Their passing game relies heavily off of Blake Corum's running. Okay? He opens up everything. And that's why you hear a lot of the coaches and pros saying that, right? Because that opens things up for JJ McCarthy. He can scoot too. JJ McCarthy can scoot too. Let's not get that twisted. He'll make plays with his feet if he has to. He will do that. But I'd rather go with that than let Blake Corum just kill you all game. I'm telling you, Blake Corum, he gets into it, it's over. It's over. It's over. I'm just being honest. Now, for Michigan to beat Ohio State, what I would say here is that they have to get to the quarterback. They just got to get to the quarterback and stop that passing attack. Gotta stop that, and that is a lot easier than stopping the run. It is a lot easier than stopping the run. Michigan has the easier path to win this game. They do, because stopping the pass is a lot easier than stopping the run. And Ohio State struggled at times in the Penn State game with pass rush. They did. Penn State got to the quarterback. Ohio State made adjustments. I don't think there's making no adjustments versus this Michigan front. This Michigan front is just unreal. Even the people that come in and give them the breather off the bench, they're just unreal. That pass rush at Michigan is not Penn State's at all. At all. It just isn't. Okay? And I could keep saying that, but then once they get to the quarterback, they stop the pass. Let Ohio State, run the ball as much as they could. I guess, that's your best bet. They got to run the ball well. Ohio State, you got to run it well. You haven't been doing a super bad job at it, but you got to come out this game and run it well, because you got your offense. That's just what it is. But against Michigan, man, I tell you what, Michigan got that locked up. They got that locked up, and their passing has been weak. Their weak point, not by so much, but yes, statistically, I hate to really do statistics all the time, but man, look, against the run, Michigan's defense is better. Okay, they're better. They're like number 18. Okay. Ohio State is like 35, number 30. Okay, they're at like 35 against the run. Against the pass, Michigan's at number 7. Ohio State's at 53rd. They got to stop it. That's what I'm saying. Defense, period, point blank. Ohio State is ranked number 47 in the whole NCAA. And if you put it down, and defense ranking for Michigan is number 2. Okay. Statistically, we're just talking statistics. All right. When you get to breaking down the total EPA, total plays, total EPA per game, the success rate they're having, so forth and so on. When you get to breaking all that down, that's where these teams land at. Now, it's just going to be a good game, good battle. Of course, Michigan has the edge at home. They got them last year. Ohio State going to come out firing. I just think that it's just Michigan's. I just think it's their conference now, man. I think Ohio State's going to be Ohio State. They're going to come out, give a good battle. But Michigan's a lot harder to stop than Ohio State to me. Because of Blake Corum, man. That offensive line, the way they push, the way they block, the way they get off the ball, man. And but Ohio State's defensive line ain't no joke neither. But they have shown inconsistencies there too. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, Ohio State has a very huge chance of winning taking away Blake Corum. And I'm sure that's what they're going to do. Like, I don't care what y'all going to do, Michigan, but y'all ain't running on us. That's it. JJ McCarthy going to have to beat us. And I'm sure that's what they're going to do. That's what they're going to do, period. Because if Truckin Chubbzy, if the fans' point of view, Truckin Chubbzy, if I can see that, if everybody else can see that, I'm sure the coaches can see that. Now, if they go in there and do something else, I don't know. They just don't want the game that much. All right. That's my breakdown on that game. Okay. This is for my dog. Todd Allen. My dog, Jeremiah Lucas. My dogs up out there that watch me from down there in South Kakalaki. Y'all down there in them Carolinas, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to y'all. Man, look at here. This game is going down, man. This game right here is more important than a lot of people think right now. I guess you really wouldn't understand this rivalry if you're not in the area. But I remember just a quick story of me living in, I was in Beaufort, South Carolina. And it's like right across the bridge from Savannah, Georgia. Shout out to both areas. I was down in all the way down in Dale area, Seabrook area. I done been all around there, but shout out to my Dale family. You know, my Dale boys down there in Beaufort, South Carolina. Now, this game, I'm telling you, it's a very important game, man. It is. With South Carolina being at 5-6, 3-5 in the conference, Clemson on this winning streak that they're on, this awesome winning streak, because they're just balling out right now. Clemson is absolutely balling. Jimbo Fisher and they just hit a button. And they're only going to be better, man. They're only going to be better. And that's the scary thing about Clemson in this game, man, because the Clemson is still on the rise right now. And for them to be putting in the work like this, y'all, and having one of the best defenses in college football, period, point blank, and getting, if they would have came out earlier this season firing and didn't let them games get away from them, man, look, man, Clemson, we be talking totally different about Clemson right now. We just would be. It's just a fact. You know what I'm saying? Look, give credit when credit's due. We be talking totally different right now with Clemson had they not let them couple of games get away from them. You know what I'm saying? Because they only took a couple of L's, man. Like I said, they're sitting at 7-4 right now. They're on a winning streak right now. South Carolina has been terribly inconsistent. I thought that South Carolina was going to come out firing because they went and got a very smart offensive lineman from Yale during the offseason. They let go Bell. Bell left in the transfer portal. I didn't understand that. I didn't understand why Bell left. Jaheim Bell, he went down to Florida State. And he was important to that offense. I thought that Spencer Rattler was going to step up, but he's shown a lot of inconsistencies. I don't know what's going on because he came out of high school one of the best quarterbacks in the nation. I think he was the number one quarterback in the nation when he came out of high school. And I honestly thought that he would play a lot better than what he has been playing. And he just has not. But I mean, when you get to looking at the Clemson Tigers and their schedule, and so we'll start at the Syracuse game, I guess. So that's what 6 games back. Let me see. 1, 2, 4. Yep, 7 games back. So out of that, since they played Syracuse, they beat Syracuse, they beat Wake Forest, they lost to Miami, and they lost to NC State. After they lost to NC State, they just went and played Notre Dame. They put it on Notre Dame, totally dominated that game. They came and they totally dominated Georgia Tech, and Georgia Tech has been a lot better. Their defense just has not been. They came out, they put it on UNC. They had Omarion Hampton, my cousin. They fumbled the ball a couple times. They dominated that game. And I think they're just going to do the same thing with South Carolina this week. But I got it up there because I got people who pay attention and watch and support my show, and they love Clemson. And I'm telling you what, I just don't see how. I honestly, it's a rivalry game, and it being at South Carolina, that gives them a little bit of confidence in this game. But the way that Dabo Sweeney has his Clemson Tigers playing right now, and they're bought in and they rolling, man, look, South Carolina might be in for a long day, because against the run, they are horrible. You hear me? That defense is horrible. Period. I mean, look, the offense, to be honest, when they're passing the ball, they're all right. Okay, I'm not going to sit there and say that Spencer Rattler has not gotten better, because yes, he's shown, but he got the same. He has a lot of the same bad habits. You know what I'm saying? And they haven't. Some of the habits just hasn't changed, such as taking a lot of sacks, not using his legs a lot more. You know what I'm saying? Like, he should be definitely scooting a lot more. I thought that by now he would have picked that up. We know he can throw the ball. He can make all the throws. You know, him being a little bit of undersized. I'm still a big Spencer Rattler fan. I think he's awesome, to be honest. I think that he's going to go to the pro. I think he's one of them quarterbacks who's going to go to the pros and light it on fire. You hear me? I do. Now, as far as the collegiate level goes, you know, you don't really know what you're getting off with the offensive line, but I believe once he gets all 5 pros, and I know this is off topic, but I do, once he gets all 5 pros or blocking for him up front, Spencer Rattler is going to be one hell of a quarterback in the NFL. Watch and see what I say. I'm telling you, he's probably exactly what we need in Pittsburgh right now. I'm just being honest. I'm just keeping it a buck. I just would like to see Spencer Rattler use his legs a little bit more, because it'll open up his game a little bit. You know, get the scooting on him, practicing getting his speed on his plyometrics up in his speed, because he can make all the throws. He's not, I mean, you know, but he like I said, that's just a bad habit to me. You know, him not wanting to run. I think, and people say, how's that a bad habit? Because like that'll just add to his game. You got to be able to scoot off and run a little bit, but that their problem is they can't run the ball. Their offensive line just hasn't been that good. And with Clemson having the number 1 defense in the ACC like this, man, they're very good against the run. I mean, look, man. It's going to be a tough, long game for the Gamecocks, but I'm looking forward to seeing what Spencer Rattler's going to do with being at home versus the Tigers. They're outmatched, and I believe this is going to be some good film for him to put on for the NFL. But yeah, I do think that y'all Clemson Tigers is going to get this one though, y'all. So shout out to y'all. But I'm definitely looking forward to seeing what Spencer Rattler's going to do against this Dabo Sweeney's defense. All right. Pitt, man, dude, how do I got this up here? Guys, man. Pitt, man, it's Pitt. You know what I'm saying? Pitt just beat Boston College. Shout out to Pitt. It's not a great season for Pitt this year, not at all. Sitting at 3-8, nope, not at all. That's a horrible season for Pitt. But guess what? We don't care. Still gonna rock with them. I got them up here because it's Pitt. I gotta show love to Pitt. And plus, look, we just never know what you're going to get up out of here. But I do think this is another one of them games that Pitt can walk away with the win. I think that they can go down here to Duke and walk away with the win. That offense has been totally, you don't know what you're going to get up out of that offense. You know what I'm saying? That defense is, Pitt's just been inconsistent all the way around the board. I'm just going to say that. Both offensively and defensively. Don't know what you're going to get with them week in and week out. But when they come out firing on all cylinders, and it seemed not like they have since that Boston College is not a horrible team, not at all. They gave Florida State a run for their money, and Pitt beating them. That says a lot about Pitt. If they come out and they play consistent on Duke, they will walk away with this win, y'all. That's why I have it up here. I got to show love to my Pitt Panthers, period, point blank. That's just what it is. All right. But Duke has been playing tremendously good football this year. They let a couple of games get away from them. I have to believe their record just does not reflect the way that Duke's been playing. Duke has been playing outstanding football this year. Do not let me get that twisted. You know what I'm saying? They have been playing tough football. The way that they run the ball, Their quarterback play has not been bad. But when you get to looking at these teams statistically, then you will say, okay, so who's running the ball better? Okay, Duke is running the ball better. Who's passing the ball better? Yeah, they're not. They're right there. Okay, they're not that bad. They're not that far apart. You know what I'm saying? They're really not. Defensively, like I said, Pitt got they got a damn defense. Their offense has been inconsistent. Yeah, but both ways. But their defense is like carrying the team right now. But they're both inconsistent. So therefore, that's why they're sitting at that horrible record that they're sitting at right now. But I had to show love to my Pitt Panthers, and also I wanted to bring up the fact that Pitt's basketball team is looking incredible. This gives me the chance to talk about it. 2 twins from overseas, from Spain. Got the point guard from Baltimore, Maryland. Freshmen. We got a lot of good freshmen, and I hope that a lot of the freshmen that play on the basketball team right now for Pitt, they stay around. We got some hometown boys that McKees Rocks, I believe, and we got another one from Wilkesburg. We need to keep the players we have on Pitt basketball at Pitt to stay there, y'all. And I guarantee you, y'all will be hearing about Pitt basketball. Pitt basketball is something to know. They're playing later on today at 9:30 at the Gators. The Gators is coming into the zoo, and y'all know what time it is. You know what time it is. You an animal, you coming into the zoo, we lock you up in the cage, baby. We gonna get it. So let's go Pitt Panthers basketball. All right. I just want to thank y'all for tuning in right now, man. Fans Point of View podcast with Truckin Chubbzy, your host. It's okay to replay, man. Thanks for watching, man. All right, let's not forget about supporting the Women's National Basketball Association, man. Like I said, I'm gonna talk about it later this week, like I always do. But let's not forget about that. It's important because a lot of the first round picks from the WNBA have to get cut because of the hard cap. It's not right. You know what I'm saying? And that's why women's basketball is not as exciting as it should be, because a lot of the high value talent cannot stick around and make no money, but all they do is work out, take care of their bodies at the highest level, and don't see the compensation for that. We lose a lot of talent because of that. And that's why some people say the games aren't as exciting. That's why you get to looking at teams like Las Vegas who just dominate, and the teams that are, because they found a way to pay their players. And to say that you're in trouble to play a player under the table is crazy. But I'll be back with another one up on that, man. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot going on there. And like I said, I'm gonna bring y'all the numbers and everything. I just want to thank y'all for tuning in to the podcast, man. I appreciate all the love that I'm getting up out there. I'll see y'all later, man. Peace out of here.